Kind of hard or something.
Yeah, that's crazy. Bam, 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 just like that. Uh-oh, we got somebody jumping in already. All right, well, Emmanuel, I'm coming. Yeah, that's crazy. Boy. Oh, hold on. Oh, uh-oh. Let me pause this noise over here. All right. All right. All right. I see we got some messages. Bam, bam, bam. All right, brother Emmanuel. Lord have mercy. What's going on aside? What's going on? Nadola. Let me get here. I see we got brother Emmanuel jumping on. What's going on? So let me at least get my intro. Adrian is getting she coming in her or doing something. She doing something. She on her way. But all right, family, it's your brother Assad, and we are back again with another quick live here on YouTube and on the Zoom. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notifications bell so that you'll be notified when we drop new material on this channel, when we go live on this channel, when we do shorts on this channel, when we make a post on this channel. Bam, 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 just like that. Third, in terms of housekeeping, second in terms of housekeeping, I gotta give a special and a significant and a particular and a peculiar shout out to my South African family for all the love you guys have shown this channel, my wife, myself, my children. We greatly appreciate it. Third, in terms of housekeeping, Lord, Ramadan is in 2 days. Man, I was looking at myself in the mirror. I said, man, you done got so pudgy, son. You doing wrong. God is not pleased with you. So I said, man, I'm looking forward to Ramadan, not only for the spiritual benefits, not only because I get to commune with the Muslim family, not only because I get to, reset, recharge, reinvigorate my deen. I also get to lose a little weight because my shirts ain't even fitting the same no more. I'm saying, God dog, man. So I came to South Africa and got fat. Fat turn. Emmanuel. So look, while Adrian would let me holler, brother Emmanuel, what's going on?
Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Assad and Adrian.
Wa alaikum assalam, rahmatullah, barakatuh.
How are you, sir?
Man, I can't complain, bro. I'm loving life in South Africa, man. How about you?
Life is good. Life is good. Dr. Assad, I need a little favor. You said something about New Orleans. When you guys say hello,
You say,
say like,
whoa, now what's happening?
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Who was in?
What's happening? Yeah, what's that? Hey, so
Okay.
So what's your question? I'm gonna explain to you what that means. But go ahead. What's your question?
I just needed you to say that, like so that I can actually memorize that, you know.
So
Next time
Wona
I
was
come on
happening.
live, I'm gonna say that. Yeah.
So Wona, I have no idea where that came from, but everybody in New Orleans uses it. It's like saying yebo here. You know how somebody say yebo, yebo, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
So Wona is kind of like the greeting. Now you wouldn't greet your grandmother with Wona, right? That's disrespectful. But your friends and your
Yeah.
peers, people you know, whoa, this it some people say whoa, or some people say Wona, and it's really whoa now, N-O-W, but we don't say now, we say nah. And so the sentence in English in English would be whoa now, what's happening? But because we talk really fast and we blend words together, the sounds are like whoa now was adding. That's how it comes out. Whoa now was adding. Uh and that's what it means. It means what's happening, you know, what's up, how you doing? Hey, so it's English, just a New Orleans kind of style of English. What else we say that uh we say a lot of so New Orleanians say a lot of English words incorrectly. For instance, um, Burgundy. What does that spell to you?
Say that again, doctor.
Burgundy.
Yo, you said that very fast. I can't
Okay,
even
let me see
picture
if
the
I can.
word.
I'm gonna put it in the
You-
chat for you so you can
you-
see it. I'm gonna put it in the chat
Okay,
so you can look at the word, and it's a word that everybody knows.
okay.
How would you say that word?
Burgundy.
Oh yeah, that's the way we say it too. Some people would say Burgundy, right? We say Burgundy.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Shout out
You
to my
said
South
Burgundy
African
as
people.
well.
We on the same page, man. Yeah.
Yeah, we're on
So,
the same page, doctor. Yeah. I
oh,
saw
you
your
know, y'all.
video when you went out with your family yesterday, I believe, or you went to a safari type of thing, and you went to a cultural thing, and you said you guys were eating bugs there. I saw your son eating the mupanu worms.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was. I couldn't roll with him on that one, brother. I couldn't.
Um, Doctor, can I just say something about those? They say like those worms, since they are referred to as worms,
Mhm.
they say they are the most um rich with protein and the healthiest, more than beef, more than pork, more than any type of meat. Um, I don't know how true that is, you know, but
But you know,
they say,
I wouldn't doubt that. They probably are healthy. And my son said they didn't taste, but he said they taste like popcorn or had the texture of popcorn, but they didn't really taste like anything. It's just, you know,
yeah,
everybody has certain foods that are normal to them. And then like, for instance, in New Orleans, we eat crawfish. Yeah, I'm sure y'all already know what crawfish are, but they look like little baby lobsters. And they really ain't, we call them mud bugs, crawfish, or whatever have you. And they related to shrimp and they related to roaches. That's the truth, right? They little, small, look like lobsters. And for us in New Orleans, we love them. We get pounds and pounds of them and boil them and put all kind of spices and seasoning in them, and we'll sit down, eat the tail, suck the head, that pause. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But that's what
yeah,
they, you know, is, and we eat them. And people who are not from New Orleans will look at that. Sometimes they be like, "Oh, that looks like the nastiest thing," because they got the little eyes still on them, the antennas are still on them, right? To some people, they look nasty. To us, they look delicious. So I understand that um certain areas of the world, certain regions of the world, certain cuisines are different, and
Yeah.
everybody eats beef, everybody eats chicken, or but if you're someone who's Hindu, eating beef is totally out of the question because the cow is
Yeah.
sacred, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you a black person in America or a black person in South Africa, y'all about to cut that cow up and put him on the braai. We about to put him on the barbecue. We about to eat him. So it's certain things so those worms, yeah, I'm good. They just don't, they don't appeal to my eyes, no matter how good they would be. They don't appeal to me. But I understand that I don't look at them as like they nasty. I look at them as like they just don't appeal to me in terms of what I want to eat. But my son was very keen to try it. He's like, I'll try it or whatever have you. And I was very proud of him for that, because I was like, man, you breaking out of your
Comfort
comfort
zone. I
zone,
think.
trying
Yes.
something new. So shout out to him for that. But I wanted to
Yeah.
give you
Truly
another
appreciate.
test. I wanted to give you
Okay.
another test now. To those who are watching on YouTube, you can't see the chat, but you can see I'm gonna tell you this word. I want everybody that's watching right now, because y'all be making fun of me and my pronunciation of South African words. Now, I'm gonna see if y'all can pronounce this New Orleans word. Do you see it, brother Emmanuel?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now I'm gonna say it slow.
Topitulus.
I'm gonna say it slow for
Topitulus.
everybody else
Okay.
that don't see the word. I'm gonna spell it out. It's
All
spelled
right.
TCHOUPITOULAS. I'm gonna do it one more again. T
Okay.
P C H O U P I T O U. I'm sorry. Yeah. OULAS. Now, how would y'all pronounce that word?
Um. Topitulus.
Boy, that was close. Boy, that was close. Emmanuel, you must be from uptown New Orleans somewhere, man. When you lying talking about you from South Africa, boy, you from somewhere.
Okay.
So the T is silent. The T is
Oh.
silent. You
Okay.
don't say the T, and that the word is pronounced chapatulas. So you got it pretty close. You got it pretty close.
Yeah, because down here
Huh?
we actually down here we actually read the T. The T is never silent mostly in our language down here.
Right,
Um,
right.
it's very rare to find a word with a silent T. So hence I read it and then it changed the meaning a bit, like the sound a bit. I mean,
Okay. Well, for us, this is a street in New Orleans called Chapatulas. It's actually a Native American word. Um, we have no idea what it means, but people often see it. So imagine getting your GPS directions and you're listening to the lady talk, and she was like, turn right on Chapatulas, and you're looking for a word that starts with a CH, because that ch sound, and you don't see that ch sound. It's like, where you see this big long T sound and word that begins with a T. So I did this to show that sometimes my pronunciation of South African words, it's just horrible. But understand that if the situation was reversed and people came to my city and started pronouncing words or streets, they would be messing them up too, right? The locals would be like, no, that's not how you say that, or you say it like this, because phonetically different English um, accents have different ways of phonetically saying words. Like the word Burgundy, right? We say Burgundy. Most Americans would say Burgundy, right?
yeah.
So just different variations in that. But Adrian is here.
Oh, hey, hey,
Oh,
hey.
all right.
Brandy's also on. Hey,
What's,
Hello,
Brandy.
Adrian. How are you?
Hello.
where's
Hello,
Brandy at?
hello,
She
Adrian.
was in the chat. That was
Oh,
she was in the YouTube chat.
B, I need to call B. Let me see something. So let's go through these YouTube statements here. B, I'm gonna call you when I get off this thing, so hopefully you stay by the phone.
She said she knew that would be the word, and I knew it would be the word. that you used, too. You know, I put a job.
Well, because they be making fun of me. All right, so hey, what's up going on? Bam, 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 just like that. We got let me see. Right on. Hi, Alfred, Seppo, Normandella. I think that's how you say it.
Namanla.
Nomanla. You right. Okay. At least we back live. Yeah, we live for a minute. You know, we're going back and forth sometimes. Good evening, bro. My flight is on Wednesday there. All right, yeah, man. Holla at you, Walla. Holla at your people, man. Shoot me an email, asadelmalik@gmail.com. Bam, bam, bam. I called it live. That's right. Art, what's happening, Art? I thought y'all was hanging out with Stacy tonight in Soweto, going to onions and more. I was onions and all. I was thinking about it. Somebody say Doc was scared. No, I wasn't scared.
It would be about over right now, huh?
No, we going.
They go late.
Yeah, we getting them out there.
Oh.
Yeah, get about. Yeah, they going to the night a little bit.
What?
Art said, "Who dat?" Yeah, that's another who dat. Who dat is a for the Saints who play football as well as just like as a question. Who dat? Somebody knock on your door. Who dat? You know.
Mhm.
Happy Sunday, Sandra. The Dola. Hey, doctor, I'll be at the airport on the 21st. Do you need anything? I'm in oh man, right now. That's in Johannesburg. That's what I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be a couple of hours, have a meeting. Yeah, brother, send me a sister, send me an email. I can send you a list. Somebody says, oh, she said Atlanta. Antonio Williams, shout out to Antonio Williams, AWBATC. I don't know what that means. Good content. Hello, Sandra. I couldn't get into tearing crawfish apart to eat them. I ate them already cut up in stews. Yeah. So some people can handle them a little better in a stew or a sauce, but when they see that little bug, they be like, Lord have mercy, I can't eat that. All right. Brandy, B ought to jump on. Let me put the thing in the thing.
The thing and the thing.
Hold up, let me put
the link in the chat.
Let me put the link in the chat. Get B on here.
She's not jumping on here right now.
Yeah, she gonna jump on.
All of a sudden, my allergies.
Yeah.
Ooh, feel it. It's like tingling.
Right in your nose, huh? All right, peace. For all those who want to jump in and have a little conversation, B, I needed to call you. I'm gonna call you. I promise. I promise.
We said it's Super Sunday, so she might be outside.
Oh, we outside. We outside. Much love. For those who don't know what Super Sunday is, I mean, it's a street parade taking place in the city of New Orleans, and that's every Sunday. Happy Ramadan, Asad. Thank you so much. Hey, fam, Lalita. I think that's right. Lalita, I think. Kulob. Shout out to Kulob.
We're almost there.
All right, so we caught up with all of the stuff. So, all right, family. So, I want to ask some people about what's going on with this protest tomorrow. This, I don't get involved, and I say this, and I'm gonna say this clear. I'm on the side of the people. Period. I don't get involved with who right, who wrong. I'm not DA. I'm not ANC. I'm not EFF. I'm with it. Whatever the people with, I'm with. Because the truth is, I'm a visitor here. And I appreciate y'all making me feel at home. But if I don't like the politics,
What's going on,
be looking like Aaliyah, you know.
Y'all see me? What's going on, Brandon?
Rock the boat, rock the boat, rock the boat.
That's so silly. I ever had no serious conversation when it's the two of you together.
I don't know why y'all took me to get on this thing.
Oh, be you to cut your hair and add some help. What's going on?
Both of them, friend, both of them. I'm diverse like that. I'm real diverse when it come to matters of the health.
Yeah, yeah. B, what's happening, man? Now you on
Man,
your
I
way
knew
to
I was
Ghana, I heard.
I knew I was going outside today, so I went and got my hair done, friend.
All right.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I'm going to
Oh,
Ghana. That what the plane ticket say, April 22nd.
oh
wow,
man, that's exciting.
Yeah. I
Now,
linked
what
up with
part you
some
going?
people in that group that we in.
You told me you hooked up
Um,
with the dude who slime farmer.
oh yeah, Chris Daniels. I think that's his
Yeah,
name, Chris or something like that. And
yeah.
some other people, I linked up with some other people from that group too that I'm supposed to meet out there. So I might stay like a day or two more so that when we finish with the mission stuff, I can
Have some time with him.
yeah.
So look,
That's cool.
what you going to Accra?
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Yep.
that's gonna be dope.
We need some
So
footage.
but the crazy part about it is that's where I traced my heritage to.
Yeah,
Ghana.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I've been doing a lot of ancestor.com stuff, ancestry.com,
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
printing out stuff and found out all kind of stuff. Britney Spears is the family is the white family, that Caucasian family that
Enslaved
owns,
your family?
yeah.
Wow. Tell
Hmm.
Brittany she owe you some money. Reparations is due.
I don't know,
Yeah.
friend. She got a couple of things going on over there.
It's Brittany, bitch.
Friend, I don't
Tell
know.
Brittany to cut the check, man. Stop playing.
Yeah,
Stop
actually,
playing. Cut the check, B.
my great grandfather, his name was Cain Spears, and
Mm.
they were bought by the Spears family, basically.
But
Wow.
Brittany really didn't come for no money though.
Well, you know.
My grandmother,
She came from
my grandmother, my daddy's mom, her maiden name is Spears.
Wow.
Hmm.
Well, that's right. Cause Brittany from what? Was she from that area too, huh? She from
Yeah, yeah.
Ponchatoula.
Hmm.
Yep.
Not Ponchatoula. I think it's like one of these little side towns or something.
Edgewater, Denham
Yeah,
Springs, or
yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Hmm. So
Yeah,
yeah,
she sure is.
that's the white part of the family.
Mhm. And ain't that something?
Yep.
I had posted
So
about the white man that owned our family. His name was Austin Wolfall. You can
mhm.
Google. Yeah, that on my
Not
mama's side.
only did they own Cain Spears was biracial.
Mm.
The daddy was white, mama was a black seed.
Yeah.
So that's how it all came about. It's real interesting. I always knew that we were related to them in some fashion, but I never got off into it till most recently. And then my
Yeah.
uncle, I don't know if you ever heard of my uncle. You know Carl Galman?
That name sounds familiar, but I don't know.
Look him up when we get off the phone. He was real one of them apartheid march with Alexander. What's his name?
AC
Avery
Alexander. Yeah, Avery.
Yeah, and all of them. Yeah, he was in that era. But he's still alive, and he's still very instrumental in a lot of political stuff that go down in the city.
Okay.
He was the one that put me en route to research Ghana.
Okay.
So now how long you in Ghana? 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
10 days, and then plus whatever additional days I'm gonna be honest, I don't have my crew with me. Y'all not gonna be with me. My brother not gonna be with me. I'm gonna be scared. I don't know if I want to stay there additional days. I don't have my people with me.
Don't trip, because guess what, man? God got you.
Yeah. You'll run into somebody that's really cool and look out for you.
Well, Sonny linking me up with some people too.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
so
Sonny do know people all over the world. Uh-oh, you went mute.
Oh, that's you.
Wait, I think my phone.
Yeah, you back. All right, we got somebody just joined us. Tony? Can you hear us, Tony? I see your mic moving, Tony, but I don't hear you. All right. I think he's working on, is he connected to the mic and the thing?
I'm gonna come back and finish watching this.
All right, B, so you going out there to Super Sunday?
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm thinking about it. You know, it's cold down here.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
Wait,
like
I think,
50 degrees.
Oh,
man, look, B, what they doing with my TD, bro? Why they keep playing with my TD, bro?
Bruh. I just don't, you know, it's how you say it's the most peculiar thing.
That's the most curious thing. I don't understand.
I just don't understand. And you know, I'm all for doing what's right, but why it gotta be us?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
why it gotta be us at the forefront?
right.
Like, that's why I stopped. I don't really like follow Reggie that much anymore because you on the front lines of that.
Yeah, yeah, with all that other kind of money behind it.
Recall it.
Uh-oh, B, I think you
Maybe
didn't,
breaking up.
B, you breaking up. You heard me?
Yeah, is this better?
Yeah, it's better now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna go
But
to
yeah,
the
no, I don't appreciate because so your boy, what's his name? JD from the
Oh,
504.
I blocked him.
Oh wow.
That's next level stupidity. You know, you do stuff for attention. I don't like that.
Yeah.
You know, you do stuff to ignite people to put you out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're looking for trouble. You ain't looking for no solutions. You're looking for attention and trouble. Not the
Yeah.
good kind either.
Mm.
But but one thing he had right, he pointed out that there was different kind of money behind that. So for the South African family that's watching, that's wondering what we're talking about. So the mayor of the city of New Orleans is a Black woman. She's the first Black woman to be elected as the mayor of the city of New Orleans. Now,
Mhm.
a few things, the background. She's not from New Orleans. So that was a problem kind of from the beginning because New Orleanians figured like we wanted somebody who was like, who was from New Orleans, period. But
She's been there for a long time.
she's been there forever. She went to college there. This is an older woman. She been to college. She went to college there. She met her husband who is a New Orleanian. She met him there. They got married or whatever have you. So ever since she's been elected, people kind of been picking on her. And at this point now, she is giving them stuff to pick because she's making mistakes. Now at this point, it's like it's only so much she could take.
I don't even think it's that she making mistakes. I think she's a human being. Can we?
Right.
You
and
know
they
what I'm
holding the
saying?
Black woman to a different standard
she's
than
a
they hold.
human being.
Yeah.
And she a better woman than me because guess what?
I mean, they cursing her out and everything from the Mardi Gras floats and all kind of stuff.
They issued an apology for that and they fired the guy that did it. I mean, not fired him, but they dismissed him from the Tux. Yeah, from the Tux organization.
But that's what I'm saying. They would never treat a Black man, or they damn sure they treat that white boy that we had.
No.
Let's not even say, let's go a little further. You can't go into no other country and disrespect a political figure like that and your head not be on a chopping board.
Right. Somebody take to the
it.
restaurant, you cursing them out, flipping them the bird. Nah, man, this is the man of the city.
Where has that ever happened? Where can you go in and see that happen?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, literally, your head would be on the chopping block.
And then did you see some of the floats that they had from Mardi Gras where they had a flushing down the toilet?
I had to sent some of the floats to I call them farmer, but Justin and Power Unola.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, when did this even become acceptable?
Right.
This is another level of disrespect.
Next level.
And y'all allowing it.
All right, hold up. Before we get in, let's get into these messages that we got here because it looked like Okay, so Art said there was a change of plan, so they're not going to Soweto. Stars are load shedding is giving us time to breathe this weekend, fam. Hooray.
Yeah, no load shedding.
Yeah, shout out to no load shedding. But y'all wouldn't believe what's going on over here. The water been off since this morning.
Mm.
Like the water off. Lord have mercy.
Friend,
Huh?
we don't Kenya already experiencing a drought. I'm trying to figure out how I could get in on that and help with that. We don't need y'all experiencing a drought too. What's
No,
going
it ain't
on?
a drought, it's a busted pipe. It's a
Oh,
pipe.
okay.
That's all it is. They gotta fix the pipe.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Doc, for not shying away from this important target. I knew you wouldn't. Viva South Africa. Oh, because I was supposed to be talking about that protest. Let me get to it. They were covering this in
The news here. I might not be in South Africa, but I think this protest is pointless and will not help anyone. Instead of protesting, they should be more productive.
oh, who said that? I can't read that. We said that.
Bam.
Wait, protesting what?
TN? I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, by the numbers.
Oh, by the
Whoever
numbers.
By the numbers.
All right. Brandy looked like she gonna sing in the back and forth.
I look like what?
Brandy looked like she about to sing back and forth and forth.
Well, you know, I used to put Leah in my days, in my younger days.
All right, so Tad said by the numbers, I disagree with you, but I'll defend you to death your right to be heard. Why do you think it helps anyone in this country? Brandy be looking like a snack. My CPA salary definitely won't match her looks, lifestyle. Coleman. All right, jump on
the first step is admitting it. Y'all be having these people offering me goats and cows and everything else. Want their uncle to come bring me a whole cattle?
Man, you better get them goats and cows.
I'm trying to get rid of the nest of these Kardashians. Shit,
oh,
they
yeah, the ducks.
Oh yeah, I'm down to 2 now. My daddy been catching them for me and taking them.
Oh,
okay.
You know, I just wanted them to be cute in the pond and all that. I don't need all that extra stuff that come with them. You know, it makes too much of a mess. Y'all, the school bus blowing at y'all. Y'all in the middle of the street early in the morning.
Lord have mercy. So to myself, so to fill you in, B, about what's going on here, y'all. As everybody know, I typically don't too much talk about I'll talk about the politics of the United States because oh Lord, that's the wrong thing. I didn't mean to put that down.
We're not talking about the not the money issue, huh?
So Monday, there's supposed to be a I think it's like a national, and maybe somebody can get on here.
Like a national shutdown.
Yes, maybe somebody please get on here and
Emmanuel's on there.
Oh, Emmanuel on there. Yeah, Emmanuel explained to me what's going on. Yeah, he got his hand raised. Yes. So tell me what's going on with this National Day of shutdown, and what part of town I need to avoid in case I need to go out and about.
The national shutdown, it is a protest against like poor service delivery in general, particularly load shedding. So that's what they are protesting against, because we all know that it is systematic. We don't have load shedding actually. It is just people sabotaging the power utility so that they can be able to sell it to their private friends. So that's what the protest is all about. It's all about load shedding, and the people of the country have lost a confidence in the president. So they want the president to resign, and he wants to use the police and the soldiers to actually fight against the citizens. Like that's what it's all about. And then the protest is nationwide. It can be Johannesburg, it can be almost everywhere, but mostly it will be key areas like Pretoria, the Union Building. Maybe in Johannesburg, it might be Gandhi Square. They usually like to gather around the city center in Johannesburg. But where you are around Sandton, there might be quite a few people, but there won't be nothing much that side. I don't believe there'll be anything there. And Randburg, I don't think there'll be anything at the Randburg CBD. because most people.
So Emmanuel,
usually
are
go
you
to
for
school.
or against the protest, the National Day of Walkout? Or the national-
It is in the Constitution of South Africa that people do have the right to protest. Therefore, I do support the call to protest based on the Constitution, but
Okay, that's respectable.
it
Yeah.
has to be well within the rights of people. They don't have to intimidate others, hurt others. They don't have to destroy any property. They don't have to do anything illegal.
Right.
For as long as they follow the Constitution and respect the rights of everybody.
Mhm.
Anybody
In
that
principle, I support.
disagree with the protest, I want y'all to jump on and give me the other side, because I need to know which side I need to be. I need to be well informed, even if I don't promote
Just-
either side. I want to be well informed.
Fast, stay
on-
neutral. Fast, stay neutral. Stay neutral.
Yeah, I'm gonna
fast.
stay neutral. Yeah, but I want to be well informed. Yeah, I'm neutral. Because the truth is, look, B and Emmanuel, the truth is, I am a visitor. We are visitors. If I don't like the politics of South Africa, if I'm upset with it, I just go myself back to New Orleans. You see
That's
what I'm
right.
saying?
To New Orleans.
Well, I
No,
mean,
doctor.
I'm gonna go from
No,
the
no,
frying
no,
pan
no,
into the
no,
fire.
no.
Yeah, right. I mean, you
Doctor, no,
friend, you on your own with that
Yeah,
New
no.
Orleans.
What you say, Emmanuel?
No, you guys are wrong. You are not visitors, doctor. A black man is not a visitor in a black land.
Man, thank you
Um,
for that, brother.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
I
a good way.
appreciate-
That's a good way to look at it. But
I
legally,
appreciate that, and I understand that sentiment. I just
Yeah.
know that I have options. Like if I get so upset with load shedding and me not having water today, I could just be like, man, you know what? Let's go. We're gonna move back to Texas. We'll move somewhere, you know. I guess New Orleans ain't the spot no more.
No.
But but we'll move back to Texas or something like that. Or, you know, whatever have you. So I understand it. And furthermore, as a new South African, as a new member of the South African community, I don't understand all of the history. So when I first came to South Africa, it was like the ANC was everything, because that's the party of Mandela, period. Okay, that's the party of Mandela, everybody for it. I started talking to more and more young people, 25, 26, 20, 19 years old, and they not with Mandela, or let me say they're not with the ANC. You know what I'm saying? I heard more and more people say, oh, the ANC has done this, or it's that. So I don't have enough backstory, enough history to really sit up there and make these assessments on it.
yeah.
It'll take
Yeah.
some years to understand what's going on. Like I didn't understand what was going on with Zuma when he was on trial or arrested or whatever have you, and they actually had some riots or something like that. So what I say is, I'm with Emmanuel. It's the people's right to protest. We don't never want to take away somebody's right to protest. But I had to remain neutral because, like, there's people who watch this who will say, I'm down with the EFF. We rolling with the Red Berets, and that's a wrap. Doc, you rolling with us. And I'll be like, whoa.
I need some background. I need some information.
I need some more information. I just need some time.
You'll be right there. You're gonna be right there with Trump getting arrested on Tuesday.
Oh man.
Oh,
That's another story. Man, they about to arrest old Donald, man.
By
Wait,
any means
Donald beat him to the
necessary.
punch, though.
Say, bro.
By any means
see,
necessary.
here's the thing. People don't pay attention to what he tweeted out. He said, I expect to be arrested. We're talking about
He
Donald
is.
Trump, to my South African family.
He is inciting another riot.
He's incited another riot. He said, I expected to be arrested Tuesday, and I expect all of my real supporters to do
protest.
everything to stop this.
The protest. He inciting another riot.
Yeah, man. Them people try to put them handcuffs on Donald Trump, man. Our whole country.
Guess what? They gonna do it. They gonna protest.
Yeah, they're gonna tell.
They gonna cut up.
Yeah. Say, and the thing about it is, we don't realize how important this is. This is the first time that a president of the United States is about to be arrested. If they put handcuffs on Donald Trump, that is not only making history in the United States, that's worldwide. That's
Friend,
all
I'm
over
going to
the
get in the
world.
pine with the Kardashians. I ain't lying. It's time for a swim. God bless
Man.
him.
Donald say,
Man, you gotta pay the piper.
hey, I mean, he was, hey, but you know, the thing about it, the only thing that they got him on is paying hush money to the porn star,
Stormy.
to Stormy Daniels, right? So
Well,
he
you know
paid
they buying time. They
that,
buying
yeah,
time. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
that's
all they
true.
got him on right now. That's what they do. What
Until
they
they
do
get
us.
him, yeah.
They gonna pick
Watch
you up
what
on
he
the
gonna
street
do
for
though.
one little thing. Huh?
Watch what he gonna do. When he get in there, he gonna start singing like Luther Vandross. He about to tell on everybody that broke the law.
You know, dog,
He got all kind of secrets.
Trump got all kinds. He about to tell on everybody.
baby,
Everybody
that
going
ducktail,
down.
that ducktail toupee about to come off.
Man, people, we kept telling people, man, the U.S. is in a bad situation, man. Now, here's just another sign that we are warning. First, they had 2 banks or 3 banks that failed in the United States, right?
Mhm.
Silicon Valley banks. And now you have a former sitting, and this wasn't like a president from 10 years ago. That was the last president.
What
That
you
was the
mean?
last one.
He's trying to run again. What you talking
Yeah,
about?
he running again.
The current one under investigation.
And the current one under investigation. The current president. So wait a minute. They tried to indict Donald Trump because he had documents at his house. Then all of a sudden, Joe Biden said, "I got documents at my house." He under investigation.
Hey, him and what's the other one? Donald Trump's vice president.
Who was that?
Pence.
Yeah, Mike
Pence.
Pence. Man, they really
He
making
had some at his
Obama.
house too.
Boy, they're making Obama look like, man, this was the greatest thing that ever happened, boy.
It
Making
actually
George
it
Bush look
was
like the greatest thing.
from a character perspective.
Character perspective, Obama ain't getting no trouble. He ain't even
You
cursed.
ain't hear no kind of drama, no kind of scandals, none of that.
Nothing. I mean,
All y'all
nothing.
wanted, y'all tried it with the name and all of this here, but y'all ain't get too far with that.
Nope. Emmanuel, what you gotta say? I see your hand raised. My brother, jump on in there. You ain't gotta raise your hand.
He polite. He have manners.
Oh.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Doctor, I do have a simple question. Basically, relating to Donald Trump, all right? You guys say he's about to be arrested, but my concern is that why aren't they arresting Joe Biden and his son, and also Senator McCain, for their
So McCain is gone to
involvement?
glory. He in the
Yeah,
upper room.
McCain dead.
Gone to glory.
He
Yeah.
going to the upper room.
Yeah. It's gonna be hard to arrest McCain, big brother. Yeah.
And Trump and
He
specifically
facing another judge right now. Yeah, he facing
specifically
another judge.
cited that he did not want Trump at his funeral.
But old Joe Biden,
Man,
Joe
you need to
Biden-
leave Joe alone.
president of the United States. Now, listen, a few months ago, not even years ago, a few months ago, I said they would never, ever arrest Donald Trump for anything because he's a former
You
president
did say that.
of the United States. And
You
that
gonna
would
eat them
look,
words?
it would look totally bad to the world. It would show the world that this banana republic that we have is really a farce.
Not
But
the banana republic. Not the banana Fred.
The banana republic is a banana
Not the
republic.
orange. Not the orange, the banana republic.
So the thing about it is, at this point, Donald Trump has jumped into the election. And the Democrats know, and the Republicans. See, here's the thing about it. He is not a favorite of the Republicans either. Because keep in mind, if you go back to 2016 election, when he was first elected, he trashed the Republican Party by
Oh, but they
defeating
stick
the
together.
Bushes.
They
Yeah,
stick together.
yeah. So
They
he
stick
was
together
this
though.
outsider, uncontrolled. They couldn't control Donald Trump, the Democrats or the Republicans. So a certain number of Republicans just fell in line. But those establishments ones, the Bushes and
Yeah.
the Mitt Romneys, all of
Man,
these people,
Trump was a gangster.
he was a gangster.
He was
So
a gangster.
now they've conspired, both the Democrats and Republicans. They're like, man, we can't let this man run again because he has a legitimate chance a legitimate chance of being reelected.
Mhm.
Keep in mind, he got 72 million votes.
That go to
and lost.
neighborhood.
It was
That
tight.
go to
It was
neighborhood.
tight. It wasn't like no blowout election. So I think that's what it is. It's like we're gonna arrest him, but I think that's gonna backfire.
Mhm.
All them people that love Trump, man, y'all don't understand. It's cult. It's like a cult.
It's probably even more to love him now.
Yeah,
Man, Trump don't have no love for nobody.
but the people
He
love
not
him.
loyal.
People love
He
him.
Yeah.
he not loyal. Them,
He
these
not
old
loyal.
ain't loyal.
Oh man, loyal.
Man, he finna cut all kind of deals, say all kind of stuff, pay all kind of money.
Oh yeah. Oh no, he ain't going to jail.
He ain't gonna sit
He
there
gonna
that
get
long.
arrested, but he ain't gonna go to jail. He ain't finna
Yeah.
sit in no prison or nothing like that.
What?
I
But what
mean-
prison would you put a former U.S. president in? What were you?
They gonna have to have a
What was-
special prison for him. Think about it. You can't put him in no Camp Fed.
Nah, he could go back to the White House.
Lock him in a dungeon somewhere. You can't put no Donald Trump in no prison.
Dungeons and Dragons. There's not enough security for that.
That's true. Because he gotta have whatchamacallit his whole life.
Do you default do all of your ex-presidential privileges that you get? do they kind of are they default?
I don't
like-
know.
While you in jail?
That's a good question. Because to the day he dies, he gotta have Secret Service with him.
Right.
To the day he dies. So now how you gonna have Secret Service in prison?
Y'all
in
got
jail.
some rewrite. Y'all got some rewriting to do.
That's strange, man. That's strange. But
But I
Um,
knew we have always been in a not so good state politically. Once they stormed the Capitol, we worrying about what they're gonna say when a U.S. president goes to jail. In other foreign countries, that's not unfamiliar, right?
true.
But
True.
it's not unfamiliar. You know that it happens. So
Right.
to first be able to storm the Capitol at the indirect orders of Trump, that's worse than what him about to go to jail.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we were doomed in. What does that look like to everybody else? You know
Well,
what
my
I'm saying?
South African family, jump on here and let us know. I want to know when January 6th happened. Here's my question to my South African family. When January 6th happened, okay, somebody jumped on. When January 6th happened and y'all saw those people storm the United States Capitol, what did that look like to y'all? Did it look strange? Did it look like this is a attack on democracy, the American democracy?
Or
the
did y'all
American
feel like it was
experiment of
democracy?
Or did y'all think it was something, something normal, abnormal? Let me know what was your thoughts on
You
it.
know,
We got-
everybody have a right to protest.
Yeah, but they was using the bathroom in the State Department.
Man,
They was going off.
disgrace.
Nadola, what you got to say, my brother? How you say your name for me?
Dola.
Did it look like this is a attack on democracy, American democracy? You got
democracy.
Did y'all think it was something, brother Nadola? Let me know what the first chicks also. Brother, can you hear me? Nadola? Look, can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, great. You got to pause the other the YouTube so it won't be giving feedback.
Yeah, I think I just did that. How does it sound?
Okay.
That's
Oh,
better.
my partner Sandilly jumping on here. So let me
Okay,
ask you,
Sandilly.
my question is this. When y'all saw January 6th, what did y'all think of that?
Well, I was born in Botswana. I'm not really a South African.
Okay, that's fine.
And I've been in the US for over 20 years.
Okay.
So, but my view, no, yeah, of course I do have opinions about that too, right? When that happened, it was like the gangster type, environment where you have
The mob.
people breaking the gates and fighting with the police. That's bad. So,
Yeah.
and of course, for me, Donald Trump is not my favorite president, straight up.
Mine either.
And but I'm a church boy, you know. I'm a church boy. I know that he has a lot of support from the church,
Yeah.
but he, in my view, he doesn't deserve a lot of support that he's getting. But of course, he has a lot of support from the white evangelicals.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I
Black ones
think,
too.
and to your point, and I'm gonna tread very lightly on this, very
Okay.
very lightly. There are cultural movements that are taking place in the United States over
Mhm.
the last maybe 10 years that have become very vocal and very loud, that have challenged very traditional fundamental ideas and definitions related around humanity, sexuality, and gender.
A total
And
shift.
there's a shift. So there are people who will become single issue voters, right?
Yeah.
Single issue voters. Donald Trump, if you paid attention to his announcement, maybe 2 weeks after his announcement, he had another press conference. What he said when he talked about how he was going to handle certain issues, right? And
Yeah.
I'm treading very lightly. People will go to the polls and support him simply because of his stance on one issue.
One issue. They're looking for a reason to support it.
For everything else, but because this cultural movement and social movement is challenging something that is considered very fundamental to both Christian evangelicals and to other people of faith and to just other people, other American, you know, they would say red-blooded Americans in general, right? They will
Yeah.
go to the polls and support him. Donald Trump is a gangster. He doesn't care about black people. He doesn't care about
No.
white people. He cares about money, right?
Yeah.
And that is who he is. That's the interest that he's going to serve. He's going to serve his own to try to better himself. But he will say anything to anybody to get that vote. He told us. Then he tell black people, "What you got to lose? You ain't doing good no way."
Right.
But
Donald Trump told black people, "You are not doing good anyway. Why not support me? What do you
Yeah.
have to lose?" That's
Yeah.
what he literally said.
Yeah.
yeah. But
And some of us took heed. Some of us
Some of us
rolled with
did.
it.
Some of us went out there and voted for him or whatever have you. Now, I have my critiques of the Democratic Party. I have my critiques of the Republican Party. I'm an independent and I've never been registered for either party. But I do know that Donald Trump is problematic in the White House. Very problematic.
Yeah.
You know, and Joe Biden is problematic too.
yes.
You know, he's problematic too. But I think the problems that Joe Biden brings are normal problems that we're used to dealing with for the last 200 years, 200 some odd years about democracy.
It's levels to it.
It's levels. Yeah. It's levels.
Bullshit.
Yes. Now, to say something about your initial assessment that he might not serve time in prison, that's still a fact because they have some legal maneuvering to do to where he can't even go to prison.
Yeah.
He could. But as it is, as the issue stands right now, I doubt if he will, actually spend time. He could be charged and arrested and then bailed out, released immediately.
Yeah. That's what's going to happen.
So I wouldn't necessarily say he's going to spend time in prison, but we will see. There's a new development stuff coming up. Now, as far as the people who support one issue, they support you because of one issue. It's a fact. People do that. But as when it comes to Donald Trump, I think he's been exposed with a lot of things. He's been, doing this for some time. Even some of the evangelicals are turning away from him.
Yeah.
Because it's proven time and time again that he's in it for the money. He doesn't have no love for anybody.
He's not a man of words.
No. So for me, I turn away from him, well, I knew from the get-go that I didn't like him, but when he was talking about the shithole countries, I'm sorry to say that,
Yeah, yeah,
referring to the African countries,
yeah.
that was it for me. I said no. But I mean, the guy is not even educated. He's just smart enough to cheat the system and make money.
Just
That's
goes to
Exactly.
show you what money can do.
Right.
Yeah. I
But-
want to hear what Emmanuel has to say. Now,
Oh, yeah,
I'm
Emmanuel's-
born in Botswana. I love South Africa. I spent some years in South Africa. I love South Africa is my home. And when I hear people saying untruthful things about South Africa, it just gets to me,
Yeah.
you know? So, but Emmanuel has his hand up. Let's hear what the man.
All right, thank you, Mr. Ndola. My view actually about what happened at the Capitol was democracy at play. All right. I respect people's right to protest, and be it whether they protest at the Capitol or whether at Times Square, they do have the right to express their displeasure at the government. You know,
In decency
like you
and in
said,
order, though.
Yeah,
all
brother
right,
Emmanuel, I gotta jump in here and maybe
In decency
disagree.
and order.
Yeah, because 4 people died. I think at
Yeah.
least 4 people died in that protest, including
Yeah.
a police officer. And you know, black people have our issues with police officers, but yeah, they went into the halls of Congress with looking for the sitting vice president of the United States to assault him. They went into the speaker of the House of Representatives office, and they sat at her desk. They defecated in the hallways. Some things that were even worse than that was that they carried the Confederate battle flag into the United States Senate. That didn't happen even during the Civil War, when the Confederacy was actually a real army, right?
Yeah,
They
there's
did
levels.
things that were beyond protest.
Mhm.
Protest to me is the ability to provide publicity to an issue. So
Peaceful protest.
peaceful protest,
Peaceful
right?
protest.
yeah.
I want to go out. I want to make noise. I may want to sit on the middle of the highway and disrupt cars from moving. That's to me, that's understandable. That
Mhm.
with that, because when our ancestors, Dr. King and Congressman John Lewis, when they were walking across the Edmund Pettus Bridge, they were blocking traffic, but they were making a statement. When the police stopped them, they got down and they prayed. They were making a statement, bringing publicity to a particular issue. But the fight does not end at the protest. It ends at policy change.
Yeah.
When you start changing
Yeah.
policy.
Policy.
So I'm going to highlight this issue so that the people who are in power, the government officials or whatever have you, change this policy. Now with the January 6th, they
Had
were
nothing
trying
to do with policy.
right. They were trying to
But Dr.
delegitimize an election. They
Mhm.
said Trump really won and we taking over. That was anarchy. That was what they call it. What did they call it? The January 6th
Insurrection.
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 Yeah, it was an insurrection. Yeah, that was an
Doctor.
insurrection.
But you know what's
Doctor,
crazy? And I just thought about this. When we protest, we are vilified, even when it's a peaceful protest.
Right.
Look at the difference in the reactions and the blowback as far as the people that were caught, the people that weren't caught. I feel like there was not enough consequences to any of their actions at all.
If I'm not mistaken, and I'm about to look it up,
And then
I think
you had some people some officers or some people that was involved with that didn't get hurt and survived, but they committed suicide. So
Yeah. I think
May I finish my point quickly, please?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, brother.
All right, sorry about that, doctor. What I needed to say was that I do understand that people do actually have lost their lives, and then my sympathy to them and their families. And I do understand that most people would like to find similarities between Donald Trump and Jefferson Davis, you know. But to tell the truth, all right, Donald Trump is against the current um, New World Order as they want to promote it, because he came out like in a few weeks back. He said there will only be two genders which will be assigned at birth, which are male and female. There will not be this social gender that is being promoted right now. So, like, that's another thing that they do not want to see Trump back in office for, because they know that he will cancel this LGBTQZY movement that they are currently promoting, and he will end the funding to Ukraine and end the war in Ukraine, and which will actually cause problems to the Biden criminal family, and also Senator McCain as well, and is it Lindsey Brown or something like that? She will also face consequences for their money laundering activities in Ukraine and stuff like that. So
Well, look, let
basically,
me ask you this though, brother. I'm sorry, I gotta
yeah,
jump in here and offer some pushback because I
yeah,
don't want the people to think that I'm just rolling with it. You know what I'm saying? I gotta
yeah.
offer some pushback and say, um, as brother Nadola, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, pointed out, you know, Trump called African nations SHIT whole countries, and that's fine. He called them that, but not only did he call them that, he treated them like that. He created
Absolutely.
policy, right? He
Action.
created
Actions behind
policy
your words.
that
I
treated the
don't believe
countries like
so.
that. So
All right, I
I
have a sort of brother. Doctor, I do have a different opinion on that, because what came out was just a recording which can actually be created through various apps. Right now, I can capture your voice and actually create a voice and then take it out and say, Dr. Assad said this. For
Mr.
me,
Poladi,
like
let me
if
push
a
back.
video just a second, my brother. For me, if a video came out of him, right, like a video, like if ever a video was released showing Donald Trump saying that, then I was gonna actually believe that. um you know, Democrats are very creative people. They faked all these human rights violation things in Libya. They went in and destroyed Gaddafi. They did that all over the world with Saddam. They cannot fail to do that with Donald Trump. They're the same people, by the way. So I cannot put it
Hold on.
past them that they will
Mr.
not
no.
Poladi, hold
fabricate
on,
information.
hold on,
Emmanuel.
Yes.
hold on.
Emmanuel. Emmanuel.
Wait.
Yeah.
We gonna take Nadola first, then
Yeah,
Brandy, but I want to say this. That
yeah,
man ain't denied that he said that. He said it. He
yeah.
ain't
Yeah.
sit there and say that was the
Yeah.
Democrats for fake recording me. He
Yeah.
said it. That wasn't he would have easily came out. That was a fake recording.
Yeah.
That wasn't me.
He
No,
validated it.
he
Okay.
validated it. Go ahead, brother Nadola.
Yeah, Mr. Poladi, the very issue that you are discussing about fake and fabrication, you're gonna be surprised to know that most of the Republican who gets their stuff from Fox News are all fake news.
Yeah. Yeah.
90% of what you are quoting right now, it's fake. About Joe Biden criminality, you know, they've had for a long time, for the longest time, they've had the claims that, well, we have the laptop of Joe Biden's son. But then what did you do about it? What's the proof of the criminality? They're not coming forth. It's a tool just to use politically. There's
Distraction.
nothing to it. So there's a lot of fake news that comes out that many people take as a fact, as if it's in fact is the truth when it's not the truth. So it's much complicated than yeah, and you between the Democrats and the Republican. Like me, I do vote here in the US, just like Dr. Assad said, I vote for the leader. You know, I don't vote for the party. But
Yes.
unfortunately, for the past few years, I was forced to just vote for the Democrats because of the criminality that I see on the ground. The
This is the
killing
lesser
of
of two
black men
evils.
on the streets by the police who are supported by. It's outrageous when you come out here and you see it on your own, man, for real.
Yeah.
But I'll let go for now.
Brandon, you jump in, and then SKL had his hand up, and then I know my brother
No,
Sandelia is on here.
I'm fine. I'm fine. You can let the next person go. You
Oh.
kind of clarified. You spoke on what I was gonna say, so I'm fine.
Brother
Yeah.
SKL, or I think.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, SLK.
Thank you, thank you. Thank
brother.
you, my dear lady. Thank you, my dear lady. See, some people are jealous, we know, but anyway. I get worried when people use, like when religious people start meddling in politics. Mr. Paladi was mentioning that, what's his name? Donald Trump was talking about male and female and nothing else. And I think the fundamentalism came out from there. That, I don't know Mr. Paladi, but I think he's looking at this thing with a religious lens, and that is very dangerous for my liking. Anyway, going back to your question on January 6th, I don't think I was surprised. I think there's a lot of anger in America. You see the police killings, you listen to a lot of black people when they speak, people are very angry, and that thing has been like waiting for an opportunity to burst out. And I think what really worried me or scared me was when the police allowed those guys to go into Capitol Hill. Look, in South Africa, I don't think any country protests more than us, but we will never be allowed into, you've seen what happened to the EFF in Parliament and all that, because some places, I think they are sacred and that should not be allowed to happen. And
Right.
there was the problem that now the police or the security forces colluded. I mean, we all know America and how stringent the forces are, but to allow those people in there, that's real. That for me, that was treasonous, and that's a problem. You asked about whether tomorrow. You must give it to Mr. Malema. EFF is a very small party, but guess what? Everybody's talking about tomorrow.
Yeah,
And I think
everybody's
that's
talking
what
about it.
that's what they wanted to do. Whether the match happens tomorrow or not, they've already won the media. You know, there's nothing like bad publicity, and that's what they needed to do. You also went into, somebody was talking about whether Trump will be allowed because like Biden and company not allowing Trump to come in. This is exactly what happened in South Africa. The current president knows. There was an interview about 2 weeks ago from some international guy who was saying they were part of the crowd that raised money from Europe and all that. Call it conspiracy theory and whatever, but there are so many similarities between what's happening in the US and in South Africa. The one world view is prevailing, and for sure, if tomorrow EFF tries something, they will be crushed because that's the plan. But the world has gone into what you experienced with Trump versus Biden is what we experiencing in this country. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate that. And Emmanuel was giving you thumbs up and letting you know that he agrees with some of the stuff. At least he agrees. At least he hears what you're saying. Sandile, my brother Sandile. Every time
Hey,
I see
Joe.
that picture, bro, I've been thinking you trapped in a dark place, and I gotta come and rescue you, man.
No. This is an important picture.
Uh-oh, did we lose you, brother?
Hi, can you guys hear me?
I can hear you now, yeah.
No, I'm still here. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Hey, Brandy, how are you? I wanted to say hi to Brandy. I haven't spoken to her in a while.
That's right. Pay your respects, Sandeli. Pay your respects. Y'all know that's my boy. That's my bodyguard right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Sandy they came for Brandy.
I mean, we go way back before COVID even happened. Okay, back to the question that you posed about January 6th, right? I think for me, I was really surprised because I didn't expect. Number one, America has been doing this thing for more than 200 years, so you'd expect them to have a bit more mature democracy, have a better way of resolving issues, better ways of protesting. Unlike us here, we've done this for like what 20 something odd years. So I was extremely surprised, to be quite honest. I at no point did I expect things to turn out to be the way that they were. But yeah, I think that is my submission. I don't really support Trump, or do I, like him as a person or whatever. Yeah, I mean, I think they're all the same this week, quite frankly. There's not much of a difference. And speaking about tomorrow, I think I find it a bit annoying what has been happening in the media. There's so much attention to. I don't think it's even necessary. All this media coverage.
Sandila, your internet is delayed.
In 2019, there was
you're breaking up.
there's some study that was done, and it showed that South Africa had the highest number of demonstrations in the world. But I think in this case, I don't know. Maybe I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, brother, your internet is breaking. It's delayed. Here's what you could do. Try to pop out and pop back in. Hit the link again. I'm gonna put it in the thing so you can have it. I'm gonna put it in the YouTube chat. And you can have it. Bam. And try to pop back in. Because I think your internet is going in and out. But yeah, so man, Emmanuel, you got your hand raised again. Go ahead, my brother.
All right, thank you, Doctor. Ms. Brandy, just a quick one, ma'am. Somebody said you guys do have a maple wine or something like that in the US, done around Mississippi area. They said that you guys make your homemade wine or something like that from maple berries, something like that. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, say that you're asking if we make our own wine.
Yes, from
Yeah, my
maple
daddy
berries,
does.
something like that.
My
From
daddy
blackberries,
does.
rather. Sorry?
From berries.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Will you be able to bring it to South Africa when you come or something like that? I would like to
You
taste
trying to
it.
get me arrested, friend? You trying to get me arrested, friend? That ain't even my wine. That's my daddy wine. He's not sharing it with nobody.
Boy, don't you know you gotta declare stuff like that? And then it's made at home. That ain't legal.
It'll never make it to you, Emmanuel. I'm sorry, friend.
You're not gonna get through customs. No, indeed, no, man.
All right, I totally understand.
No, man.
So Assad, I'm serious. I'll be in South Africa in like a day or so. I'll be at the airport. I have a meeting there. So if you need something, that I could get my hands on, grocery store, whatever taste, let me know. I'll be honest.
Quakers, Quakers, not the instant grits, not the one in the pack,
Quaker,
the one
baby.
in the box.
Okay. I'll send you
Not
an
the
email
Jim
so you
Dandy,
can.
not the Jim Dandy.
Not the Jim Dandy. I want the white man with the George Washington hat on. Yeah, I want the white. That's the,
Okay, we'll talk about that. Paladi, my brother. Wabua.
Yes, sir.
Wabua.
Yes, sir.
Let's like
I speak like 4 different languages.
Really?
Then you add English on top of that, it becomes 5.
Which one is your mother tongue?
It's Sepedi. It's similar to Setswana and Sesotho.
Oh, Sepedi. Yeah, I know Sepedi. I lived in Petersburg. That's Sepedi. Okay.
Yeah, Petersburg, yeah.
Yeah,
Petersburg
yeah.
area.
Okay. Yeah, you're my brother, man.
Yeah. It is not very far from the border of Botswana.
Yeah, now teach my brother Assad some Setswana there for me.
I'm about to learn.
He's still learning Zulu, so I don't want to confuse him with many different languages. So
Okay.
it is better he learns Zulu a bit.
Okay.
Because
So look,
he has
y'all,
already started with Zulu. Yeah.
yesterday I went to the Lesedi
Yeah.
Cultural
Yeah.
Park, and we learned about the Zulus. Now the guy that was our tour guide was Zulu, but he didn't use these words, but I'm about to use them. He was like, basically the Zulus bullied the whole rest of South Africa. And he's like, if y'all can't beat the Zulus, y'all had to join them. And he's like, that's why the Zulus are the biggest tribe, or biggest ethnic group in South Africa. And he was like, who are the people who live in the mountains?
Yeah,
the
Sotho.
Sotho. He did say this. We ran them into the mountains because they couldn't beat the Zulus or whatever have you. So how is it that the Zulus became so
Dominant
and powerful, like over these other groups?
I'll say
I
something
don't
first,
believe
and then
that is true, sir.
I'll say something, and then I'll let my brother Emmanuel after. I think that statement has some truth to it because of the fact that the Zulus have always had this military type discipline. Wait.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I was just describing a little bit about the fact that the Zulu warriors have always been superior warriors in in their battle, in the way they fight. That is why even in the US Army today, they have some of the Zulu techniques that they incorporated into their military. I don't doubt that statement. I think he has some truth to what he's saying, but I'm curious to hear what my brother Paladi has to say about that.
All right, thank you, sir. I do not believe that is true, that Zulus ruled most of the area, because based on history, the Ndeveles ruled most of the southern region, including Zimbabwe and portions of Swaziland, like going down from Limpopo to Gauteng. So we had various kings under the Ndebele kingdom. So I believe that the Zulus are overhyped because they were the first to actually befriend the white colonial settlers. They were the first to actually become very close to the settlers. Most tribes were fighting the settlers, like they rejected to have a relationship with the settlers. So I believe maybe that's the reason why they are being overhyped with this Hollywood sensation that Shaka was sexually dominant, because how was he communicating with his people to actually dominate the region? Because when you look at the mountain area that you spoke about, from that region of Lesotho all the way to the southern part of Johannesburg, you had the Sotho people around Vaal area. I believe the Blintons, Dr. Mark Blinton and his wife, the Real South Africa team. I believe you might know about them. They're from America as well.
Yeah. They got a
traveled-
YouTube channel.
Yes. They traveled through the area called Vaal. So that area as well consists of a lot of Sotho people over there. And when you go to most of the eastern South Africa, around Northern Cape, Northwest, you've got Sotho people there. Like Sotho has different tribes in it. Has Tswana, Sesotho, the Pedi as well. So when you go to the north, you've got the Pedi people, which are also Sotho people. The Northwest also Sotho people. They speak Setswana. So I do not believe that Zulus controlled most of South Africa. It's
Can I
just
ask you
that
a question
based
on that?
population, yeah, it is just that based on population size, they are said to be a majority. I would like to see the stats actually, but it's just like saying China is dominant in the whole world because China has the highest population, or India has the highest population of people. So
Yeah, I want to ask you a follow-up question on that, and then I see it. Dr. Assad is getting ready to ask you too. Now, how come you're talking about the what did you say? You said not the Shaunas. You said some tribe.
Ndebele.
Ndebele. How come the
Ndebele, yeah.
Ndebeles are not dominant now? What shifted? And I
Okay,
don't doubt what you are saying.
Yeah. When you look at South Africa all the way to Zimbabwe, you have various communities of Ndebele areas. From Mpumalanga, which is the eastern province of South Africa, which borders Zimbabwe and Mozambique, and also Limpopo as well. It borders Mozambique and Zimbabwe, and also Zimbabwe as well. They have various communities of Ndebele people. So basically, that shows you the size of the Ndebele people, that they were quite big. You can even see when the Zulu king is throned or whatever, he goes and have a dinner with Queen Elizabeth. Now that Queen Elizabeth is no more, is this King Charles. He goes and have a dinner with them, and whoever is friends with the monarchy, they have this over
See, look, we laughing at it.
sensationalization of things, you know. So basically, since they are friends with the British royals, that's how they overhype them. I do not believe that it is very true that they are very dominant, and even the population, because they're the only ones who actually befriended the British like that.
Brother Emmanuel, I'm not laughing at you, no. I'm laughing at Brandy over here
Yeah,
getting
he's preparing a steak over there.
Get a whole meal.
Yeah.
Assad,
Y'all laughing at me?
Assad, you know Pinocchio, right?
Yeah,
What happens to his nose when he lies?
he like grow. I'm not
Okay.
no, I'm laughing.
I didn't say you, but I'm just saying, Pinocchio, right?
Yeah,
We
yeah.
must give Mr. Emmanuel his own show, seriously.
Uh-oh.
Some of the things that he's saying, I don't know. The Ndebeles are one of the smallest nations in South Africa. Number two, Zimbabwe has got a population of less than 20 million. And the biggest tribe is the Shonas. The Ndebele are the smaller part. So if you put the Ndebeles from Zimbabwe and in South Africa, they did not make even what the size of Botswana or Bapedi are. History, at least when I was at school, and I'm not young, I'm 50 plus. When I was at school, we were taught about Difakani, we were taught about how South Africa, the tribal wars, for a lack of a better way. And the Shaka story is there. It's not something that we can argue. It is there. You were talking about Basotho earlier on, that now they were in the mountains. That's exactly what Basotho did. When they went on Tababusiu, and from there they could throw stones at the Zulu warriors. The Zulus have got surnames like Chaka. In Sesotho is spelled with a C or with a T, and in Zulu with a T. So if the Zulu nation was made by conquering other nations, yes, the Zulus are big because they were conquering other nations. If you follow somebody like Mzilikazi, because he's mentioning the Ndebele people, Mzilikazi was from Zimbabwe. He ran away to, he was trying to run away to Zimbabwe. He died in Rustenburg in the northwest because Shaka was attacking. We cannot really be debating these issues that everyone knows. Mr. Paladi, I beg you, we cannot argue the fact that the Zulu nations are made because Shaka was conquering people around them. Please, let's not debate such small issues. I'm begging.
Brother SLK, that's exactly what we learned yesterday at the thing, that the brother told us. Now he was Zulu, so part of me was like, he might be saying that, but he was like, that is what the Zulus were doing. And so here's what I noticed, because this is a cultural park, right? So Lesedi, they had 5 different ethnic groups that were there, that are represented there. Each ethnic group besides the Zulus that we went to, we were able to walk in, because this is like a representation, we're able to walk in, greet, they'll say, this is how you greet the people from Lesotho or whatever. This is how you greet these people. And, we got to go when we got to the Zulu house, they had a warrior sitting on the top of the entrance. This is the truth, right? They had a warrior sitting with his shield and a knife, or whatever it's called, not a sword, it's like a little knife, a big long knife like this here. And he was sitting there, and we had to ask permission to come in, right? And so this is a representation of how it would work if you had approached it was
a real person?
A real person, yeah. A real person. He was sitting up there, and like we had to ask permission to come in. And that told me, so when they talked about the houses of the other ethnic groups, I was like, okay, when you talk about the Zulu houses, he said the doors are made shorter, right? So that if you were to enter the house, you got to duck down, and the first thing that enters the house is your head. And so that the warrior, whoever's in that house, right, sees your head coming in, he's able to chop your head off. So it seemed to me that the Zulus were studying war. They were studying
strategic.
Yeah, they were strategic. He told the story of Shaka. He said, Shaka Zulu, he said, this is his word. So please, my South African family, do not get upset with me. I'm repeating what the brother said. He said, Shaka Zulu called his own father a coward because he was fighting with those long spears that you throw, and you try to hit somebody from a distance. And he said, if he said, what happens if you missed a person, right? That person can pick up that spear and then throw it back at you, and now you're running. And he said, we're not cowards. So he created the shield and the smaller knife that meant that you had to go up to somebody, and he even made the sound. It was like, because he's like, when you stick the knife in somebody, right, you stick it between their ribs, and when you pull it out, it cracks, you twist it, and it cracks the ribs. And that's where the name of the knife came from the sound of the cracking of the rib. Nobody else, none of the other ethnic groups we saw was talking about war, talking about killing people. They had knives or anything. Everybody was showing us how they ground the maize, corn, the marriage practices, how you can tell if this woman is married from Lesotho because she's going to have these rings around her neck and rings on her ankles, all of this stuff. The Zulus were the only ones that was like, yeah, we about killing a whole bunch of people. I was like, they must be from New Orleans.
If they don't believe you, you've got very good memory. If they don't believe you, you've got a video out that explains that, not in from your mouth, from that guy's mouth. You
Yeah.
posted a video.
Yeah, I posted it yesterday. So what it made me notice was that these ethnic groups are, we come here talking about, oh, these are South Africans, and there's a national identity, right? There's a national identity. But these ethnic groups are really different. And the Zulus in particular, I think after Shaka maybe, these are real warriors. These are real like headhunters, they study war. They what?
Savages.
I don't say call them savages, but they not to be played with. You know what I'm saying?
The one from New Orleans.
Yeah, the ones from New Orleans. See, the difference is the ones the Zulus got leaders and they could point and say don't do this and negotiate with war. The ones at home, they savages. But yeah, so it made me really realize how culturally different these people are. Like this nation that has now formed under the umbrella of the identity of South Africa. These are vastly different people. Lesotho these people live in the mountains and they wear blankets because it gets cold, right? The icy conditions and stuff like that. That's very different from these other people that we learned about. And in particular, so I was just wondering, how did what was it about the Zulus that made them so interested in warfare, so interested in studying war? And let's be frank, violence. These people, their shield and knife is like a symbol that represents Zulu. Like that's like me having a gun and a handgun and an AK-47. Like this is the symbol that represents my neighborhood, my ethnic group. So yeah, just different. Go ahead, brother Manuel. You got your hand raised.
All right, thank you, Doctor. I'll be leaving soon because I'm gonna be watching soccer. My team is gonna be playing in like 10 minutes time or something. So we are soccer fans down here. So so that's what I needed to say. Like you were saying, Doctor.
Soccer, Emmanuel. Go ahead with your soccer.
Right.
Yeah.
And I need to get back to this Pinocchio thing, but go ahead, Emmanuel.
No, we need to get back to why you out there cooking. What you frying up in there?
Well, I don't fry food, friend.
Oh, well, so what you doing? I thought I saw oil in the pan.
I'm about to make steak packets.
Steak packets? Show us what you doing. We're gonna turn this to a cook. A little furrow. Aluminum furrow.
Little furrow.
Why isn't she frying it, Doctor?
I saw your seasoning too. I said, look at her seasoning over there. Putting that seasoning together. Watch it gonna come out red.
It's levels to this trip.
Watch when she pull that meat out there. That meat gonna be red and brown. Why? Look at the colors on.
That's Tony saturated seasoned salt, cayenne pepper, paprika, salt, pepper, all kind of stuff in there. Thyme, rosemary, and then you put it. And then I'm gonna cut up some red peppers and some green peppers and some gold potatoes. Create a packet. Put a little vegetable oil in there, olive oil. Put a hole right here because I like my edges crispy, right here, and right here. And then I'm gonna put that thing in the oven. Everybody gonna have their own packet, and it's dinner, friend.
Oh, Lord.
I ain't messing up no plates. I ain't got no dishes to wash. None of that.
Yeah. You ain't gotta worry about no scraping this. They gotta soak that pan. Nothing.
None of that. Meat, vegetables, all right here. We could throw a little jasmine rice in there too.
if I'm all about
Miss
the
Brenda, just a
easy
quick
button. I told
question.
y'all that. It's about convenience.
My South African family, here's a question.
Miss
Uh,
Brenda, just a quick question. Oh, all right.
I just want to know,
He was going to play soccer.
I just want to know, like,
What happened to your
Um,
soccer game?
no, that boy, he learning about cooking steak New Orleans style. That boy cooking steak,
No,
he
Miss
trying to
Brenda, I do have a question
So,
before I
I
go
don't
to
know
what
how to.
soccer.
I don't know how to play soccer, friend, but I know how to cook.
So Nadola, SLK, and Emmanuel, like, all right, what are the rice dishes in South? Is rice a popular like dish in South Africa? And what is the most popular rice dish? Because I'm missing rice at this point. You know, I'm missing like, you know, a rice dish, like rice and some sauce or something. So what's the most popular rice dish, or is rice a popular like
What's that like?
dish?
Jollof or something? They eat.
They got that in West Africa. That's where you going in Ghana. They got the
Oh, okay.
jollof,
Senegal and all that.
Senegal, so they got the rice over there. And
Friend,
East
go ahead and make me
Africa,
some jambalaya and just get it over with.
that's what I'm about to do. I'm gonna have to. Because in
Yeah.
East Africa, they got pilau, right?
Mhm.
So what's the rice dish down here?
Emmanuel, you want to go first?
Oh, all right. Let me go first because
He
I'm
trying to
gonna
get the
drop off
soccer
very
game on,
soon.
y'all. He ain't want about no rice.
No, Miss Brenda,
Frank can't
you
tell
must
y'all
put the
nothing
meat
about
on the
food
dry
right now.
stand, you know. Miss Brandy, when you come down here, we'll be putting the meat on the braai stand. We are not gonna be grilling it or anything like that. We're gonna
Oh,
put it on the
friend,
braai.
no, friend, we clean meat. See, where's the other guy who don't wash his chicken? Where he at? He need to get on here. Him and Emmanuel, because y'all waiting for a stomach bug or something, talking about don't wash the meat. What you supposed to do?
Yeah, you better wash that meat.
Friend, you don't wash your meat?
No, we just season it and put it on the braai stand. You know,
Huh?
you just season
Oh,
the meat
somebody
and you
else
put
wash
it on
it
the
for you?
braai stand. We just season it very quickly and we put it on the braai stand. And yeah, we don't have to wash it like you know, I don't know. We just take
Friend,
it
you
like
eat dirty
that.
meat? Friend, you eat dirty meat?
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah.
You gotta wash that meat. Yeah, wash that meat.
Dr.
I
Mark,
can't-
why do you have
Oh
to
my
wash
God,
it?
stick a fork in me, I'm
We
done.
get it straight from the butcher. We get
Say
it
what?
straight from the butcher. We season it. We put it on the breast and or a grill. We fry it, then we eat. We don't have
That's
to
why you're
wash
gonna be
it.
sick. That's why you're gonna be sick, Milana. And I'm not coming to be your nurse friend. You better watch that meat.
Wash that meat, brother. You don't know. Yeah, do something. It just make you
You
feel
don't know
better to
what the
wash
butcher had on his hands. The butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker.
it.
You
No,
gotta
we-
watch your meat, friend. I'm sorry. You know,
Yeah.
that's a big thing for us. That's
Yeah.
huge for us.
Wash. I'm talking about chicken and everything because I heard the mother people came out with some type of recommendations talking about don't wash
wash
the
it.
chicken.
Mm-mm.
No, you about to
Mm-mm.
wash that chicken and then you bleach your sink. That's all. You wash your chicken and you bleach
Wait a
your sink.
minute.
Yeah, doctor. We do wash the chicken, but
Right now,
that's
You
for
gotta
the
hit
sake.
that
Just
sink with
to
that bleach,
no
baby.
way, we don't do that. We don't use
Hit
bleach.
that sink
and then guess what? I put a catful in my dishwater
when you
to
wash your
wash my
dishes.
dishes. Yes.
That's right. You gotta kill them germs and bacteria.
Paul kitchen smell like bleach when it shut down. See when that light
Yeah.
over the stove go off over there? When the kitchen
Yeah.
shut down? No lights, bleach. That's all you smell. Don't go in my kitchen. Get
No,
over with.
that's overdoing it. Seriously, that's overdoing it.
Oh,
You
no,
know,
you
so
That's
underdoing it,
overdoing
Frank. Cause see, you underdoing it. I'm not doing it.
No. Let me
Take every precaution.
let me step in here.
all right. Tell me about this rice, man. I need a rice dish.
Yeah. Well, let me follow up with Brandy first. Brandy and Mr. Paladi over there. Mr. Paladi is talking about you slaughter the chicken and cook it right away. Brandy is talking about stuff that comes from the refrigerator, from the butchers and all that. It's been through so many hands. So you're not on the same
Catch no
page.
chickens and break their neck and all that. I'm not doing all that. That's too much. That's too time consuming. I told you I stuff out at easy button.
But as far as the rice, to answer your question, basically in Southern Africa, we are not that big on rice. We do eat rice, right? You know, I would say chicken and rice would be everybody's, you know, favorite. But it's not like, I think West Africa, they do produce rice.
Yeah,
where
they do.
they have multiple ways of how they do it. You know, we are big with pop, you know, porridge
Mhm.
and meat. Now we have a lot of meat.
A lot of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
We have a lot
that's
of meat.
right
So,
there.
oh, she has grits over there.
That's who I need. You see that white man with the hat
Then
on?
what he wants you to bring him?
See that
See
white
the
man with
man
the
with
hat
the-
on? With the
Yeah.
George
Wait,
Washington
yeah.
wig?
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll bring that. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll get
Yeah,
some of
that's-
that. Okay.
that's him right there. That's
Well,
my
thank
favorite
you.
white man. I love that white man. He's a Quaker.
Brandy, bring it up again. Let me make sure I see the picture. Bring it
Yeah,
back.
you ain't
Bring
gonna
that-
miss him. Just look for George Washington. He
Okay.
ain't George Washington, but he looked like George Washington.
Established in 1877, friend.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
And
I
look,
got you.
and you know the Quakers fought against slavery. They were against slavery, so we gonna support them. Yeah, we go Quakers. Mess
Gotcha.
around, become a Quaker.
So Paladi, before you go, what do you say though?
This a new kind too. These good too, aside.
Oh
What's
yeah.
that?
That's grits too. They're a little more healthier. When I feel like being healthy, I get these. They take longer to cook too, friend.
I don't want nothing healthy right now. I'm about to go into Ramadan. So when
Oh,
I'm
you try to store up fat. Okay.
yeah, when I'm hungry, I want something to eat. But hold up, we got SLK got his hand raised. He about to tell us about the grits. SLK.
No. I was talking about the rice. I was going to talk about the rice. I agree with what Ndola is saying. Rice was never our thing. When we started, like after we started eating rice on Sunday only. You know, it's like your days plantation time. The rice was white men cooking. The people that you really need to talk to rice are Malaysian people or Indians. They've got dishes with rice, not us.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wait, go back,
Yeah.
SLK. You said rice was the white man's cooking?
Yeah, on Sunday. So you probably have heard
that
about the
was like
seven,
a luxury
seven
day.
colors.
Say that again, brother.
You probably have heard about 7 colors.
Yeah, I heard about 7 colors. Yeah, the meal.
Yeah. So Sunday was the best meal of the day. So the Sunday best. You know Sunday best in clothes? Even Sunday, the food was the best you could eat. So rice, vegetables, multicolored. So Sunday was that day. So it's only now that rice is starting to become sort of an everyday thing. But growing up, rice was only eaten on Sunday.
Wow. So here's I'm about to ask everybody. We got
We used to only get meat on Sundays. That's because we grew up in the very the lower part of the middle class. We wasn't poor, but meat was a
No,
luxury.
that's exactly how we were. We that's why we eat your, what do you call it? You eat similar things, your intestines and all that. You've got chicklings.
Yeah, we are.
Eat no intestine.
Yeah, chitlins. Yeah, no,
yeah,
we don't eat
chicken. Yeah.
No. We
Those
don't
type
eat
of
that,
things.
friend.
Like
we
don't
was
mess with
poor,
the
but we
swine
wasn't
and all
that
of that.
poor. We was, yeah.
no.
Don't do that.
We were poor.
We
There's
wasn't that
an
poor,
African
friend.
sweet. There's an African sweet called afal, which is what's left on when you slaughter a cow or a chicken. Those things were what we ate.
Yeah, I had
that's how
tripe, some beef tripe.
Yeah.
My partner Easy made me eat that. He
Yeah.
brought me out to Alexandria and he was like, "You gotta try this." And I didn't want to be rude, but that ain't nothing but cow chitlins. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
I
Like,
had to be rude.
Yeah.
mm-mm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get on Easy about that.
But I'm gonna say this here though. So we got like 90 some people watching right now, and I want 95 people. I want to ask this question, and y'all can respond just by putting a 1 in the chat. A 1 in the chat. If I could arrange to have somebody cook like a New Orleans rice, just like a jambalaya, right? Who would be interested in like tasting it? And then there's a second question. Let's go. And this is for like, well, I'm gonna say it like this. For my South African family, I'm here in South Africa. I'm in Johannesburg, and it troubles me that there is no African American like soul food restaurant. Which I'm from New Orleans. We don't really eat soul food. We eat Creole food. It's different. But you can go and get Chinese food. You can go and get like Mediterranean food. You can go get Ethiopian food. You can get Indian food. So the Black Americans who are here have not taken the opportunity to create a Black, like an African American, like cuisine styled restaurant. There's Sweet Tea and Chickadee, which is a establishment that's a Southern American restaurant, but it's not soul food. And it's then there is Louisiana, which God forgive them, bless their heart. They tried, you know. But who would be interested? Who would be interested? So there's the question. Here's where we can put your ones. Who would be interested in like a African American soul food style cuisine themed restaurant in Johannesburg where South Africans, Black, white, Indian, colored South Africans can taste authentic like Black American cuisine, like fried chicken and candied yams and greens and our rice dishes, like, you know, jambalaya is a New Orleans rice dish, but still rice dishes and stuff. Who would be interested in that? Just put a 1 in the comment. Let me see what I'm saying. Sweet tea is no soul food. I see 1-1. So apparently ain't nobody interested.
Which will be the reason why we don't see one so far.
Okay. I see 3 ones. All right, I see 4. It's coming in slow. All right.
Yeah.
I see 3
Right.
ones now. I'll be interested in working there for sure. I would be interested. Well,
Right.
yeah, I want y'all to follow instructions. It's a 1, even though I'm not in the country. Just put a 1. Me. Okay, well, I'll take the me. 1. Okay, I see it. That boy named Edwin, like Edwin Edwards. Wow. Yeah, so I'm trying to convince y'all. I'm trying to convince a couple of people to go ahead and jump into the restaurant. Not me, because I'm not a cook. But there's some people that are cooks. I'm trying to get them to jump into at least doing like a takeaway restaurant or something small, because I think it's pitiful that, you know, when you go to the United States, right? When you come to the United States and you see like an Arab community set up, there's a couple of things you're going to find in the Arab community. They're going to set up a masjid, right? They're going to set up a madrasa or a school for their children to learn. And they're gonna set up a restaurant for the people to eat. The Asians, they're gonna set up, they for sure gonna set up a restaurant. They might set up a nail salon, a hair store, all that. They gonna create businesses in and around their community. And then our Hispanic brothers and sisters, we didn't have that many Hispanic brothers and sisters in New Orleans until after the storm. But guess what? When you go to mid-city New Orleans, they got a whole grocery store set up. They got all kind of restaurants that you can try their food, right?
Food trucks.
Food
Right.
trucks, all kind of stuff. And here we are, they got literally, I would say they probably got 400-500 African Americans at least that we know about in Johannesburg alone. And we ain't got a African, what'd you say?
That's it all. That's so sad.
Yeah, we ain't got a,
One thing.
we don't have a restaurant or nothing. And so many people would be interested in like, hey man, that might sound good, or that might taste good, or whatever have you. So
I
go ahead, brother.
I think it's needed. I think it'll sell. But now don't forget though that this is a new phenomenon. The traveling of African American into Africa
true.
and South
That's
Africa
true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
is fairly new. Some of those groups that you're talking about, they've been traveling, you know, trying to get a business there, set up something there. So it's coming. But
Yeah,
check this out.
that's a
Now-
good point.
Good point. Good
Yeah.
point. Good point.
Yeah. Now we have Bam 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 in the house. We have Assad in the house. And speaking loud, laughing loud, and all that is coming.
Talking loud,
Okay.
laughing loud. That's what we
Yeah,
do.
it's coming. So we're gonna have all those things, and I like what you're doing, encouraging people to step in there. That's good.
Yeah, I want my people to do it because I really do. I see a lot of overlap in terms of some of these cultural things, and then I see a lot of differences, and I want people to be able to taste the difference, you know, in terms of see what she doing right now with Brandy. Do see all them seasonings she got in her hand? Yeah, we don't. That's all.
What you said? We what?
That's how we get down. We be having
Yeah.
when we season meat, it'd be about 30 different seasonings we didn't put on that thing, man.
Man,
Yeah.
and guess what? You're not gonna taste one distinct flavor.
Flavor, yeah. It
It's
just
gonna
tastes
all
like,
come together and be perfect.
yeah. Go ahead, brother
You must
man. You got your
also-
hand up again,
You must
brother
also
man.
remember.
Go ahead, that's
You must,
okay.
you must also remember that I think we are very liberal in terms of the food that we eat. Everybody has got food here, so it should not be difficult to do that. But it must be premised on a good sort of business model as well. Not on sympathy. But I think we'll do well. You guys, you probably now understand the kind of culture or what people like and don't like here. So it should do well.
Do you think from a business perspective that it's hard for people that migrate to you guys to establish businesses like a restaurant?
It's easy.
No, I don't think so. Nah.
No.
Uh,
I mean,
mean-
as far as like paperwork, the bureaucracy of it all, is it a lot of red tape?
to start a business, it takes 5 minutes in this country to register it. Takes
Yeah.
about 5 minutes because you can do it from wherever on the internet. So no, it's not. It's not.
Okay.
I
As
think,
long as
yeah.
you've got your finances lined up, no issue.
SLK, I believe you are misleading her indirectly. You know,
I apologize.
Well, good.
I apologize.
to actually register a business,
I apo-
but you have to have a working visa in South Africa. Like Dr.
Yeah.
Assad will know that you need a work permit. So
Yeah,
you
that's
have
true.
to apply for that in the US, in Washington, to come to
That's
South
true.
Africa to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
So
is
once
a
you
very
have
The reason
important-
why I asked is because I was doing some research on Ghana and I was listening to a talk that we were all having a discussion. And the guy that was on, he mentioned how easy it is to establish business in Ghana. He's like, there's not a lot of red tape like in the US. It's fairly easy. So I was wondering, is it the same way in South Africa versus in West Africa?
But I maybe I don't understand what your question was, Brandy. But you saying to establish a business here, we're not talking about the visa. It's that business. A business could be an investment vehicle. Assad started a business while still living in the US. There was he bought properties while he was there. So there was no visa and all that. So I'll still maintain what I said is based on what you asked. To establish a business here is very easy. You don't have to live here to start a business in South Africa. That's one. But I'm saying establish a business, it's a very easy process.
I get it. You answered my question.
Yeah,
Thank you.
And I agree
Alright,
that it's probably easy, but it's gonna get easier. You have countries like Ghana, what's this other country? Rwanda. Yeah, they have worked on making it easy for people from outside to start up. This
Yeah.
is like as I
It's
was
an
saying,
investment for them.
yeah, it's fairly new. South Africa is going to have to step in. Botswana will have to step in. They have to do their thing to invite people to come in and
Yeah.
make it easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Mhm,
it's easier in areas like Ghana.
mhm.
That guy who I was telling you about, Chris Daniels, he went, how many, 500 acres he bought?
Yeah,
To
500 acres of
build
land,
a
a snail
snail,
farm.
a snail factory on it.
Yeah, do snail farming for makeups and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But family, how long we been on here? What time it is? What time it is?
Hello,
Yeah.
Doc. Just a quick one before I go because my soccer has started. It's 2 minutes late now.
You ain't gonna watch that game.
Yeah, you know,
You too scared you're gonna miss something on here.
my last. Sorry, Doreen, come again.
Go ahead, friend. Go ahead. I don't want you to miss your game.
Oh,
Go
all
ahead.
right. Miss Brandy, you need to apply for your work permit. Once you have that, you'll be ready to go. Like setting up a business will be very quick because it does have to operate at the end of the day. You can register it, but it will not work until you do have your permits in place. So once you have your work permit, then you can have a bank account. Then your business will have a business account. Then you'll be able to register with the tax collection, which is SARS. They will collect your tax, and you'll also have to register that as well in the US. That you do make an income as well abroad and everything like that, because there is tax as well for that.
Y'all banks charge enormous fees.
They do. F&B
Oh
chart.
my
Yeah.
God, because my account out there, I got to close this thing.
Right.
They are not.
Y'all eat up all my money in fees. I'm trying to say.
They are
They
not.
should.
I'm gonna
They
tell
are
you
not
another
comparing.
thing.
They are not comparing based on the US dollar, because when you look at a monthly charge for a business account, it's for FNB is 95 rand for a gold check account. 95 rand.
F&B is difficult to deal with. I said
That
it.
too.
Right now, F&B
So
is holding about 30,000 rand of my money because I've said this on this channel before. I have property, I have rental income, and so I have two accounts. Now I have a resident account. Before I had a non-resident account. That non-resident account, they said you could only deposit foreign currency unless it's money from rental income, right? I've shown them my leases. I have a property manager, yet every month when the
You gotta
money
go
gets
through something.
deposited, they hold it and say, we need to know where this money coming from. I've gone to the bank, y'all. I'm serious. I've gone to the bank, given them the leases. They made copies of them and uploaded up the file, and still they're holding the money. And they've been holding it for a couple of months now because I just refuse to go sit in F&B for like 2 hours.
Oh, you're gonna sit in there. You're gonna sit in there
Yeah,
all
you gonna
day.
sit in,
That's like the
you gonna sit in
DMV
a
in the
while.
East. That's like the DMV in the East. Don't
Yeah,
plan
you
nothing
better
else
sit for a
all
little
day
while.
because you're gonna sit in there.
Yeah, and I don't have the time. I don't have the time. We're like, well, it's in the bank. At one point I'll go in
Man,
and dispute.
I think I saw
and-
everybody I met and knew from Johannesburg. I saw it while I was sitting in F&B all day. Made me some new friends, met a couple of famous people. I said, this is crazy. And I can't sit there that long.
And I'm gonna tell you another thing. So I was talking to people, we're doing a consultation on the one-way essay, and they were asking about property purchases and the bond process. 10% interest over here is normal. 10% interest. We complain at 4, 3. You know what I'm saying? We like our interest rates at 2.2. 1.8.
Not anymore.
Yeah, well, not America. Yeah, America is losing it at this point, but it hadn't gotten up to 10%. I've never seen that's like, that is high, man. That is super duper high. 10% interest.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
like
they don't get their
loan
coin.
shark. Huh?
That is a loan shark. That ain't
Yeah, that's
light.
loan
It
shark
is.
type stuff. Yeah, 10% is super duper high.
Yeah,
But
that's excessive.
but at the same time, like what you can't say, because I think South Africa and my continental African family, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's one of the few places that you can actually get a bond or a mortgage on the continent. Most places you have to save up your money, build it yourself, save up some more money, build on or whatever have you. So,
Mhm.
and SA is very similar to the United States, but 10% is a lot, man. That's a lot. Like yeah, that's a lot. When I
Yeah,
saw
that's
that on
excessive.
paper, I was like, I don't know. This might not gonna work.
That's right.
We're,
Get somebody else
that.
to do it.
we're gonna have to invite other banking institutions to create some competition and loosen up things a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It won't
yeah.
be such a
Uh-huh.
monopoly.
Go ahead. Is it
So
okay.
a few months ago, there was a discussion on one of the AA's channels, and then they were talking about bonds. And funny you raising this thing. And this particular people say South Africa should follow the American. Why don't they just follow the American rating system in terms of credit rating? And I'm thinking, 2008, America's caused with the subprime thing, and what we happening now. The South African banking system has been able to withstand whatever is happening. I'm asking you specifically, Asad and Adrian, because I know you guys can fight this battle.
So what you asking me? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. There are regular statements that are being made, and maybe the belief is we don't understand what's happening in the world. When somebody says we must just follow what's happening in America, having seen what the American decisions, what results of American decision on us are, right? The interest rates hikes in America have crashed the rent. We all know that.
Bye,
I
Emmanuel.
remember.
Enjoy the game.
Sorry, let me finish this, Brandy. I remember one
Thank you.
Treasury
Thank you, brother.
Secretary. Mr. Paladi, can I just finish for 2 seconds? I promise you. It will be
Yeah,
2
yeah.
seconds. One secretary, Treasury Secretary Jim Cornell, I think it was, said the dollar is an American currency, but it's your problem. And he was referring to the world. The dollar is an American currency, but it's your problem. And we can see that. But I'm just saying, when people make regular statements like that, like we must just follow without really understanding what's happening, I just don't think it builds anybody,
So let me to that statement, I say sovereign nations must do what's best for the sovereign nation. Period. South Africa needs to do
100%.
what's best for South Africa. Botswana need to do what's best for Botswana. Ghana needs to do what's best for Ghana, because we know our Western brothers and sisters, the US, the UK, they're going to do what China, our Eastern, but they're going to do what's best for them. Following the US, I would say there is some pluses and some minuses. There were some positives and some, oh, look at the baby, some positives and some negatives with that. I'm very critical of the United States. I'm a Black American descendant of slaves that for our entire existence, the United States government has been diametrically opposed to our liberation, freedom, justice, and equality. However, I am thoughtful and mindful enough to know that every system that the United States created wasn't horrible. There are some systems that they created that are very good. If you go back to the 2008 crash of the real estate market, in 2007 and 2006 and 2004, 5, they were giving out what they called ninja loans. You know what ninja stands for? No income, no job or assets, like ninja, right? That was a horrible policy. Nobody should follow that policy, right? Nobody.
100%,
And so it led to
100%.
so it led to the 2008 crash of the real estate market. Thousands of people lost their homes. They were getting what they called adjustable rate mortgages, but I think there are adjustable rate mortgages here in South Africa. So adjustable rate meant that, okay, I bought this house and I bought it for the first 3 years, it was going to be at 3% interest. And then it jumped up and to 26% interest, which meant my mortgage payment or my bond payment it tripled. So where I was able to afford paying $600 a month, $800 a month, now it's $2,400 a month or $3,200 a month. I can no longer afford it, and I lost my house. Not me, I'm saying, but people lost their houses, right? So that's problematic. So there's some things within the U.S. that we can learn from. We can learn a lot from the U.S. I mean, that's what I'm really here doing. If you guys want to know, the African Center for the Study of the United States at WITS is studying the U.S., right? So there's some things we can learn from the U.S. and we can learn from, as the great philosophical musician CeeLo from Goody Mob said, I can learn from your upcomings or your downfalls, right? I can learn from the things that the U.S. has done well, and we can learn from the things that the U.S. has not done well. But as it relates, every individual nation, every sovereign nation must do what's best for itself. That is the purpose of sovereignty. That is what the people elect leaders to do, is to look out for the best interests of the people, period. Look out for the best interests of the state, of the people who make up the state, right? So the Republic of South Africa, look out for yourself, right? And then you look out for your brothers and sisters, but you got to make sure your people are taken care of. And that's what we have learned in the United States. The United States talks all of this humanitarian stuff and giving out aid to all of these countries, and they're giving money to Israel, they're giving money to what's that water, the Ukraine and all of that good stuff. And we literally have people starving and dying in the streets, right? We have Black people living below the poverty line. Not only Black people, we have white Americans. You have squatter camps throughout California. California is becoming unaffordable for people, and they're now living in cars, working people, working 40 hours a week, living in cars, living in tents, fleeing California to try to find a better life in Texas. We can say one thing we can say about Texas. Texas always handles business. You can be mad at Texas all you want. All of you be mad at Texas. Texas handles its business, bro. Texas be like, okay, the rest of America going to hell. We got this. We got this. But so yeah, I just think do what's best for your nation, and you know, and then everything else. So when I have a very simple political philosophy when it comes to any agenda item. It's very simple. It's just a series of questions. So I'm an African American. I have a Black orientation as it relates to my politics. So I ask these very simple questions. The first question I ask is, number one, how does it benefit or help Black people? That's the question that I ask. How does it benefit or help Black people? Number two, how may it harm or hurt Black people? Because some agenda items work well for Black middle class and upper class, but they can also harm the masses of the poor Black people, right? So I want to know, how does it benefit? How does it harm? Then I want to know who controls it. Is it the people? Is it the government? Is it corporations, private entities? I want to know how long does it last, and can it be altered in the future, right? How long does it last, and can it be altered in the future? In the 60s, we got the Voting Rights Act, and we thought that was it. Bam, the Voting Rights Act. 50 years later, we found out every couple of years, you got to vote on that to make sure that we still have the voting rights accommodations. And then in 2012, I believe the voting rights accommodations were red states who are creating these my internet's going now. I think it's
yeah,
back.
you're good now. You're good. It
Okay.
froze up for a minute.
You have all of these throughout the United States. You have all of these people attacking voting rights and access to voting, right? So I want to know, how long does it last, and can it be altered in the future? And finally, I want to know, who else does it help or harm? So then there is an overarching philosophy that I use. So those are the questions that I ask. The overarching philosophy is this. The overarching philosophy says there's no permanent friends, no permanent enemies, only permanent interests. No permanent friends, no permanent enemies, only permanent interests. As Black people, we must or politicians or sovereign states, you have to have your interests. What works for you? As when I think from a Black political science standpoint, what are the interests of Black people? Mass incarceration, poverty, drug sentencing, police brutality, home access to home ownership, education, health disparities. All of these things are the interest of Black people. So I don't have permanent friends. So if the Republicans said tomorrow to Black people, we signing a check for reparations, if Donald Trump got on TV tomorrow and said, listen, Black people, if I'm elected on the first day of office, I'm giving out reparations, I'm gonna be pro Donald Trump. Y'all will see me on here with a MAGA hat. And yeah, because that's part of my interest. That goes that goes to my interest. I'm not a boy for the for the Democratic people. I'm not their slave. They don't own my vote. The Republicans don't own my vote. So if someone starts speaking to my interest, I'm going after what? Reparations. What? Go Trump.
You the one that'll vote for him for one thing he said. That's you.
Yeah, look, hey, that's where sometimes you gotta operate like that. And the final philosophy comes from the great philosophical musician Janet Jackson. And these words, when she said, "What have you done for me?
Lately?
What have you done for me lately?" That's what I ask the politicians when they come around asking for my vote. Well, what have you done for me lately? What have you done for my community? Can you point out your accomplishments since you've been in office 4 years? Can you show me where you've invested in the community? Can you show me where I have better schools, where my roads have been paved and I ain't got potholes? Can you show me where we've created 10 or 20 jobs in my community? If you can't show me that, I want to know what have you done for me lately? And that's how we gotta operate. That's how we operate. Oh, you all right?
Yeah.
Oh, you just putting that down. Yeah, so that's how I do my politics. So when it's time to vote, those are the questions I ask. I want to know, what have you done for me lately, Joe Biden? And I want to know, what have you done for me lately, TD? You dig? You know, I'm asking. All of the politicians that ask for my vote, I want to know, what have you done for me lately? And if you are just getting into politics, don't tell me what you plan on doing. I want my politicians to come from being community activists, people who are already in the community doing things, changing lives, impacting people, so that when I ask you, what have you done? You say, look, man, I've registered 10,000 people to vote.
Yeah,
man, I've been feeding. Yeah, I want to see your resume. I've been feeding people in the community. I've been building new houses and safe and affordable homes. I've been helping Black women get access to health care. I've been doing all of these things. And now I want your vote so that I can get into Congress, so I can get into the state legislature, so I can get into the city hall and continue to do more. Okay, well, yeah, you got my vote. Yeah, you got my vote. Until the next 4 years, when you come around, I'm going to ask you, well, now you had 4 years. What have you done for me lately? That's how I get down. That's my politics. And that's my speech for the night, y'all. I think. Adrian, you've been extremely quiet tonight. Man, you've been quiet.
She's sleeping. She it's time to go. She's sleeping.
Oh man, that's it then. We about to go. My baby says she's sleeping. Look at that baby. Look at them cheeks. Look at that baby. Look at them cheeks. Oh man. How old is he now, B?
7 months.
Wow.
He's so cute. Look at those, man.
Yeah. The wet mouth.
I know.
The wet
just
mouth.
drooling all at the mouth.
You can't have my phone. No.
Wants the phone. He's like, all right, give it to me. I'm gonna get it.
Uh-oh, you about to cut up.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
he's strong, man. He manhandling you.
No.
Uh-oh.
He's mad too. Look at him.
Man, get that baby the phone, let him drool in your speaker.
I gave him my BlackBerry. I got my old BlackBerry. I guess it wasn't up to date. He picked up on the fact that it wasn't up to date.
All right, y'all, man. We about to go. It's 10:30 or something around here. I think. What time is it on your phone?
10:24.
All right, family. We've been on since 8 o'clock, just running, shooting the breeze. Man, we love y'all, man. We thank y'all for watching and supporting. I done forgot all about the comments. I don't know what's happening in the comments. But yeah, shout out to
Them
everybody in the
people gonna say-
comments.
Then people gonna say don't bring Brandy on there no more. Every time she come on there. Be all
Somebody
on
say,
task.
"Believers, what about the shutdown in SA?" Okay, somebody brought that. We talked
We
about
did
that.
That one 2 hours ago.
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah, we talked. I'm sorry about that, man. But it's so they done got into numbers and stuff on here. I don't know what they talking about. But shout out to y'all, man. And we'll be back soon. B, you going to the second line?
Between this baby right here
Yeah.
and this South African Zoom, friend, I ain't going nowhere.
All right.
I'm about
Well,
to
I'm
get
gonna
on
call.
here and watch Netflix.
Look, I'm gonna call you. We about to run to the gas station so I can get me some water. Cause we don't have no water in this house. Like they literally, the water is off.
I'm gonna call them people on y'all.
Yeah, yeah, look, yeah. They're called DCFS. But so once we finish running, I'm gonna hit you up.
All right.
All right, peace, family. Peace, everybody. Nadola, SLK, peace, family.
Look at the baby.